I'm Keenan Federico, I play guitar.
I'm Castanedo and I'm the bass player.
I'm Hoover and I sing.
I'm Chris Lennox and I play drums.
And we are
Anchoress!
Generally, it's the environment, I'd say. You know, our natural landscape. Yep, definitely.
That's a huge factor.
Nicer people.
Nice people? Oh, yeah, we have very nice people. It's hard to say, though.
No way, man. Canadians are nicer than people from the States.
Yeah. Oh, trust Ricky, because he's lived there.
Canadians, especially here in Vancouver, they go into meeting somebody on a very basic level of like, you are just another person, just like me, and like they don't judge you on where you're from or what nationality you are, where you've lived. Like they ask, but they don't judge you on that. Like growing up in New York, like my mom, they actually like most of our neighbors thought my mom was my nanny, like because my mother's much darker than I am. Like I take a lot from my father, who's not Mexican really, he's French Spanish, so he looks very white. So everyone thought, oh, he's like the white single dad, and he hires a nanny to take care of this kid. And it's like, that's just instantly what they thought. And I have a feeling that if we had moved to like Vancouver, that wouldn't have been like, the reaction to my mother being darker than me wouldn't have been the same thing. Like, and that's not saying that like, people from the state are racist or anything, it's just like, that's just the way that they see things, right? Like, I just think the Canadians are much more like, they take a step back and they look at like a bigger picture. Like they welcome the fact that people are different a lot more openly than people from the States.
Because a lot of people from Vancouver or like in Canada are immigrants, and a lot of them are newly arrived immigrants within a few generations. So that whole notion of trying to quantify somebody into a category, or categorizing individuals by the ethnicity, doesn't really play such a role, because it seems like generally everybody is of some, to some lesser degree, is a minority to some degree of that.
Yeah, they're a mix of something.
Yeah.
With something.
Like specifically for Vancouver, it's rare, like you are an exception, it's rare to find someone who wasn't from somewhere else that moved here.
Very much
so. Like
so.
Everyone's coming from somewhere else.
Yeah. Totally. I think that's a big thing, I think. Well, at least in the West Coast, I mean, because I'm biased, my information comes from the West Coast, I don't know much about the East Coast, but there's definitely a lot of like you know, gray areas as far as like, you know, like an identity, because there's a lot of going on, very ambiguous, I don't know, but it's good though. That's kind of how I see the West Coast. As Chris put, it does change as we go across the country, but yeah, here at least, it's a little bit chill, it's really relaxed.